I am muted. Hey, +1 for the muterator. That's okay. It happens. That's okay. But yeah. So hi, welcome to Eve Interviews, guys. I'm Rose. I'm usually always here. Actually, I think I've always been here. I don't know. Now is not the time for existential questions. But today we have Joey Vallack, and I'm probably gonna say that incorrectly. So we're gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Joey. Oh, Vallack. Okay, perfect. Thank you for correcting me. From BROTY, here to talk to us about history and the information and fun stuff about BROTY. And I will let him introduce himself.
Yes, hi. Thank you. Yeah, so I am Joey Vallack in game. That's my main. I am the CEO, the current CEO of Brothers of Tyr. The corp itself was actually founded by Mikhail Kalashnikov, who isn't really playing the game anymore, but since like 2 years ago, no, yeah, I think 1.5 years ago now, I've been leading the corporation in his team. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Myself, I do mostly mining and stuff in game when I do my own shit and manufacturing. But most of my time is spent building the corp these days when I do Eve stuff. So yeah.
That's fantastic, and I appreciate you taking the time from doing corp stuff to come and hang out and talk with me a little bit. We will keep this manageable for you.
No, I have really great directors, so I don't need to do that much. I can take breaks.
I love it. Support is always a good thing to have in Eve, especially when it's a burnout simulator. So I love to hear it. So let's go ahead and just throw ourselves into this. How was BROTY or Brothers of Tyr thought of, and where did it originate? If you don't know, you are free to bullshit.
No, I actually reached out to Mikhail to ask. Oh. I didn't know this story, and he gave it to me. Essentially, what happened was that they were discussing what kind of names or to go for when they started the corporation, and they all had, it was him and his 2 brothers. They had an interest in Norse mythology, so he suggested that they go for the god of justice and war in that lore. And since there were 3 brothers, they then went with Brothers of Tyr. So that's the story behind the name, right from the source.
That is absolutely fantastic. Like, I was not that's cool that it's like kept in the family and that it's like family related in a name, for so to speak. I think that's probably one of the more like unique ways of coming up with a name, because there have not been too many corps where it's I think I've only so far interviewed one corp that was a father-daughter group, where it was the father who was the CEO and the daughter who helped translate and do some stuff. But never a group started by 3 brothers. Keeping even the family. That's ballsy.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
If they join the other side, it's like shit. Now I have to shoot my sibling. But hey,
well, apparently. Yeah, so apparently the brothers left, and he was the one that kept on playing in the beginning there. So it seems like, maybe, I don't know the story behind that, but who knows? Maybe there was sibling rivalry. No, I'm making that up.
I'm not going to speculate because Mikhail's in here, and
yeah,
he's in chat, so I'm not going to speculate. He is saying his brothers did not last very long.
Okay. Yeah.
So it just could be that again, the game being such a high learning curve with everything like that. It's not an easy game to play.
No.
But hey, now that we kind of got the really cool backstory behind the name, can you kind of tell me how and where it started and a little bit of the history behind the corp?
Yeah. Like was mentioned, the corp was started by Mikhail and his brothers. I took some bulletin points from his very helpful with the story earlier. And they started the corp so that they could play Eve together and build a legacy. The game. His two brothers left, but he ended up staying. After that, they played in high sec, but went into low sec for factional warfare, and then bounced into nullsec and back out again into low sec before Mikhail took a break from the game. He retired for a bit, and then I can't remember. Maybe Mikhail can say in the chat, but the exact year he came back and started BROTY again. I want to say 2021.
Nice.
He started in low sec from scratch at that point, and built the corp from there. Found it lacking to be in that space, and started looking for nullsec again. And that's when they found a small alliance that was renting in fraternity space, essentially. So they had fun for a bit in fraternity, being part of a renter corp, and then they quickly got disenfranchised with how fraternity helped and rent or treated the renters.
Yep.
So after that, they left for DC. And in DC, they started growing steadily. This is around the point where I joined. I think I joined a couple of months into DC. It was a couple of, I think there was one other European there when I joined. But in DC, that's kind of when the growth started being steady and good. The standards of recruitment kind of in the corp has been really high all the time since the beginning. That's something we've taken seriously, and that's the quality of members kind of were a priority. So the community itself, it was really good. So we kind of felt that the growth at that point, it was steady. And people who stopped playing, they tended to kind of take breaks and come back. So we haven't really seen things dropping after we joined Imperium, as you can see. So from DC, we moved over.
I will say, maintaining the internal, it's like the corporate balance of everybody's getting along and maintaining that sanity while still growing is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that's I think the patience.
Patience.
Yeah, the patience, I think, was a big part of it. We didn't want to kind of rush our growth, so we always went for good members that we knew would fit in. And even though it's kind of taken a long time, the community that's sprung out of that mindset, kind of that philosophy, is I think that's one of the big pillars that we're standing on currently. It's fine to say no to kind of someone we don't really feel placed or would fit in. It's not like we have to have the biggest numbers and everything. So yeah, that's something that's I think really started to shine after we joined Imperium space, and especially when we got into Goons, because of the freedom that Goons allow their member corps, essentially. So we could focus very much on building the corporation and making it something that served the members first, which is a big thing. That's our mantra, kind of. It's members first, and yeah. So well, I'm not going to talk too much about DC. I don't remember too much about what went on there. We were mining moons and we were doing fleets. After we found out that we wanted a different kind of atmosphere, we left DC and applied for Goons and got accepted. And I think that's really where the growth started going on a better upward curve. We settled down in one system and built a small CEC. In DC, we had been living out of one fort. When we got into the first, into Delve and period basis, we lived out of, I think we had 4 structures. Then the catch war happened, and the big move right before. Well, I guess I can say, like, after we joined Goons, I think it's about 6 months into Goons where Mikhail decides to take a break from the game or retire, and that's when I take over. And right after that happens, that's when the catch war happens, and the move goes on. The big move into Tenerife and Impasse and all that stuff. And so it was really a trial by fire, kind of, right off the bat, as a CEO. In that, had to kind of herd the entire corporation over there. But like I mentioned earlier, like, it's a great director team that we have with us, so it was easy to get that done smoothly.
You had a group to herd the cats, and it wasn't just solo herding the cats, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely, exactly. And that's a big part of it. So we went to Impasse and set up a CEC there. And at this point now, we had we spread ourselves over 2 systems with a bunch of structures. So you can see like kind of the growth is steady. And we've maintained it up until this point. We were very happy with the Insmother move. Like, there was a little grumble in the beginning, but we very quickly bought onto and saw the opportunities that were offered to us here. So it wasn't. We weren't hard to
convince. You weren't hard to convince.
There were good vibes. Yeah, we weren't hard to convince. There were good vibes about moving up here, and we're now living out of a Keepstar in our system. We're spread across 2. We have Aspels and cap manufacturing happening, and we're getting tier 2 Tatar reprocessing in a second. Like, the leaps and bounds that we made since Mikhail's beginnings in Lowsec, it's pretty stark to see how far we've gotten in 3 years. And this is kind of we've always followed the same philosophy that was set down by him in the beginning, which is the members first, and focusing on community, and you reap what you sow, what you put in, that's what you get out.
I absolutely love the mindset of that, and you can tell that that BROTY is most definitely here. They're giving you shit. They're giving somebody shit about being a mining director, or if you have one. You know, I don't know. That might be an internal question that I am just out of the loop on. That's totally fine.
You know, and we're a special bunch.
Hey, the amount of internal jokes that have been on the podcast, I love seeing these and showing and including that in the history, if that makes sense, because that's it shows the community. It shows kind of the personality of the corp, for lack of better words. So absolutely, I absolutely love it. All right, I'm gonna keep us moving. So we got that, you know, you guys were renting from Frat, and you went to DC, and then you joined the Imperium. Can you kind of tell me why the Imperium was a good choice for BROTY?
So like I mentioned earlier, it was the freedom in Goons that they allow for their member corps. Like, there are clear limits, of course, but I think the guidelines, in a sense, some good clear rules allow for more freedom in a sense, because it kind of defines the terms you're allowed to play under, and for everyone. So, but you can see, like, the things that we're allowed to do in Goons, like owning our own moons, and like populating our space and owning our structures, and kind of the freedom to set taxes in a certain way, like within limits. Of course, they need to run an alliance. So, like, all of that stuff has really allowed us to there's a lot of growth space in there that we have been able to take advantage of, and in addition to having like a very clear leadership structure, like a lot of good support systems and a lot of support for like us directors, it's been very easy to kind of focus on building us, and that's something that's like we've really thrived under in Goons, and we're really aware of the fact that these opportunities are probably not something that we'd have living under a different flag, to put it like that. Yeah, and also goons like us, they take content seriously. They think that it's important to not to play like space grand strategy just, and also make sure that the fights happen and that shit is going on, which is something that we think is important. Like we need the content to be available and like there for members. So we're doing our part for the members by doing like the corp moons and stuff like that, and then the PvP aspect. We know that goons is going to cover it because they want to fight. Yeah.
Well, and that also takes into account that goons really, yes, there's is per hour, but they also take into account fun per hour, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
There are groups that are super like, okay, it's per hour, fine, but you can't have fun. You can just make money, right?
It's a game. You're supposed to enjoy it. Like it's if you're playing just for is per hour, then I feel like you're doing it wrong.
Exactly. So I definitely love seeing groups and corporations, coalitions, alliances, all of the various levels in Eve that really put an emphasis on this is a game. Yes, we all are here together as wonderful friends because we're all under the same, we're all under the Imperium banner. But we also have a fun per hour measurement, and we are going to make sure that people are at least having fun for the Omega that they're paying.
Yep.
So I can see it. I absolutely love it. Which that kind of leads into my next part with some of the awesome stuff that you had touched a little bit on it. So let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
Can you tell me some of the awesome stuff that BROTY does for its members? And I ask this on everybody, for the most part, in the Imperium. Are you recruiting?
Yes, we are. We are absolutely recruiting. You can find our ads pretty much all over the place, I think. So, totally open for applications if anybody is interested. About the awesome stuff that we do for members, I mentioned the CEC and stuff like that. We've really invested into having like a full fit CEC for our members that they can build and manufacture under. We have set up, I think, 14 moons, and some of the alt corps have moons that they are making available to the corps. So I think we're doing full polls like at least twice a week with some alt corp moons sprinkled in there, which are open to everyone.
Wow.
Like that's one of the things which are great about this corporation is kind of like the mindset of everyone is to donate and give in to it. Like plenty of the structures in the CEC are donated. Like the majority of the new CEC is funded by just a couple of people. In particular, one great benefactor, and other people like the Keepstar is funded by some other members. And like this mentality is really like it's the reason why I think the corp is what it is. Kind of, we have all these great members which are ready to invest and kind of share with everybody. So yeah.
Now, if you would like to shout them out, they probably have their name in the info of the structure, I would assume. But if you would like to shout them out, I will give you permission to embarrass them as much as you want with your shouting out of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Shinsu Tengen is the one that's funded the majority of the new CEC. He's a great guy. It's just He's also donated a bunch of PNIs to the corp that we have the highest pappers every month. Yeah. That's another cool thing that we do. If you get the most paps in a month, you get a PNI.
That's awesome.
And you can only win it once though. So like if someone wins it, you don't get a second one. So it is looking pretty cool right now. So yeah, that's one thing.
Smart.
I have Shads is our mining director, donated a big slump for the CEC. The Keepstar is paid for by like Humis and RSG funded the big and we have members who paid for the Aspels, Astaria. Cordova has paid for structures like this. Shout out to all of those people. Like people like them. There are people, some that I have forgotten, but like this is this is the foundation that we stand on, and this is what we get for focusing on community. I think this is the success.
Hey, and that's the best part is that's like I kind of touched on. The best part of doing these is showing the community. I love seeing how each individual's like little microcosm of like their dish of being really comes through and really shines.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me really happy. So I absolutely love to see it. So thank you so much.
Yeah. We also run a buyback for our members, and that buyback is kind of it's all encompassing. So we buy more or less everything, and that's the service for our members, so that they can dump stuff right in our home system. On the back end of that, then we have a member shop where we resell all of the stuff from the buyback to our industrial people, so that they can kind of get. We have like an internal ecosystem of people who kind of selling internally, and then we facilitate that transfer kind of. In addition to this, we also have a pay for PAP system where we pay members for acquiring PAPs, and this is money that comes out of a pool that some other members are paying into, essentially. So we have a requirement of getting 4 PAPs per month, and for the people who absolutely do not kind of want to get the 4 PAPs, they have an option instead of getting the 4 PAPs to pay a certain amount into a pool, and then we divide that pool up amongst the rest of the people who get more than 8 PAPs in a month. So essentially, this leads to, like, I think last month we had 13.5 billion in the pool, and ended up paying something like 15 million per PAP or something. We get really good PAP numbers, so like yeah.
So just as a quick diversion, we had somebody asking about asset safety in chat. Hey, if you're looking to join a Goon Corp, Brody's recruiting. That you used to be a former Goon. Depending on what group you were in, you might see about reaching out to them as well. Depending if you were like Karma Fleet, ADFU, if you were in WAFA, definitely reach out. Depending on what group you're in, you could try reaching back out to them, or there's a whole bunch of corps that are recruiting. I will eventually get a full list, but not right now because my brain is. We're gonna finish that. I got like one and a half more questions technically, but I just wanted to make sure that because this person was talking about being an older goon with stuff in 1DQ, I wanted to make sure that we got you help. So all right, now that my brain is back where it needs to be, so you guys are recruiting. You guys have some really awesome programs, some really cool PAP stuff. Are there any big accomplishments that Brody has that you can talk about? I mean, having a says, I would say, is pretty important. That's a corporate owned Gez. Oh,
Sorry, I forgot my push to talk here.
It's okay.
Normally I use voice activated, so I started talking to myself. I think earlier I had a think about like what big accomplishments the corp had, and I couldn't really think of one in particular. I think it's the fact that like we keep hitting our milestones. We have our goals of like like I talked about the Keep Star. That's a goal that I remember Mikhail wrote down with us, kind of like one day we'll have a Keep Star. And we figured that was going to be way in the future. It happened so much sooner than we really would expected it to. So I think stuff like that, the fact that we are setting ourselves goals and we are just smashing it out of the park more or less every time. I guess, yeah, no, it's like at least with the big ones that we chase for, we're very good at reaching them. So I think that's our big achievement here, like consistently just getting to where we want to go. Like the Keep Star is a big one. That's a big milestone. The CEC is a big milestone. And yeah, I think
especially Tech 2 says or
yeah.
CEZs, like I learned the cost of some of those stuff recently, and I was like, okay, holy shit.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing, and I was just like, well, I would call that an achievement personally.
Yeah.
That's more money than like my entire net worth in the game. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I always tell people, even if you think, oh, I have a says, it's not important, absolutely consider that an accomplishment, because that is they're expensive, they're huge, and they do a lot of work and put a lot of good back into the Imperium. So, my hat's off for that. And the Keepstar thing, I'm that is fantastic. I'm glad that like when I keep seeing him as Commander Gino, but when the original CEO said, eventually we're gonna have a Keepstar, and you guys getting to that point, I mean, that had to feel so good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was very surreal to see it anchored and stuff like that when it first happened. It's a very big structure, so that's one of those things that you really, you feel it. You feel it when it goes down.
Absolutely. All right, and so now this is the 0.5. This is the half of a question, because it's kind of meant to be a not necessarily rapid fire, but like a quick, just what's on your brain kind of question. So we've talked about a lot of things today, from how the corpse name was thought up of, how some of the history of the corp, how you guys came to join the Imperium, the awesomeness and the fact you're corpse recruiting. Is there anything left on the table that, we need to talk about, that we just need to, clear the system, say it, get it out there, just kind of drop it on the table? Even if it's you telling one of your directors to go fuck themselves, that is acceptable.
No, absolutely. No, actually, I'm going to do the opposite. I think it really needs to be mentioned here. Like this corporation is like it couldn't really be done without the director team that I have right now. They're fucking idiots sometimes, but that's fine, because I am too. And probably more than them. And the fact that we managed to get so much done together, I think, is insane. But yeah, I love every single one of them.
Hey,
in a weird way.
I absolutely love it. It's okay. I understand. I've been told that I cannot absolutely read by my directors. I'm just like, yeah, no, can't read. It's okay. It's fine. But they're all saying that they're your idiots, that they love you, and they're just blame the stupid mining director.
Sweet.
So I'm absolutely, I love seeing the camaraderie with the funniness of directors like showing each other love while still picking at each other, because that's important. That's really important.
Yeah.
But also like taking care of your membership and making sure that your overall line member is happy. Honestly, they seem like they're having a great time from the ones that I recognize in here.
All right.
So I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was great. Thanks for the opportunity to showcase our corporation. It's
absolutely
a cool thing you got going.
Yeah, I love doing this kind of thing. If you are not in BROTY and you are not in a group that I have not done yet, please let me know, because I will talk to your CEO. I will not hit them over the head with a newspaper, because unlike some people, I'm actually nice. I might hand them a cup of hot chocolate and go, hey, come talk to me. But other than that, yeah, I'm always looking for more people to talk to, including the crazy Aussies, who like the Aussies. Joey, they're telling you you should have done the interview in your tractor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think
it's a little late for that. It's a little late for that now. I wouldn't have. I'm a farmer, so I guess.
See, I think that's probably would have been that's the.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, that's God, amazing.
Oh my God.
But yeah, hey, thank you for the time. I'm gonna let you go, guys. We're gonna go to an end screen and
all right,
let y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.